Hello World Wide Web, I'm Dr. Shado, the internet personality of the best hair, and today's review in the Clown Theme March theme of the March of the Clowns is Clown. A film from 2014, although it wasn't released on DVD in the States until 2016, and is actually based on a fake trailer from 2010, which proclaimed it as a film by Eli Roth. Eli didn't have anything to do with the trailer though, but he loved the concept so much he got in contact with the actual director of said trailer, John Watts, and worked together with him to help make the movie Clown a reality. Which sure as hell beats the Nintendo style of fan outreach. Hey, I just noticed this mod you've been working on. It's really impressive. Wow, you did all that in a couple of months. No shit! Well, here's a cease and desist letter. Now stop if you ever want to see daylight again. Either way, the basic concept of Clown is consistent between the initial fake movie trailer and the actual real movie that was eventually produced. A father trying to make sure his son has the bestest birthday ever, dressed up as a clown. However, this is no ordinary clown suit, as he can't take it off, and it slowly twists his will into dark, terrifying acts. Stalking, murder, and maybe even going so far as to design the next YouTube update. Anyway, let's take a look at Clown and see what evils lie in store for us. Movies generally at least wait a minute or two before they commence with the ear rape. Oh, but this is happy screaming, because it's a clown-themed birthday party. Thus we see Meg, played by Laura Allen, working hard to make sure everything is perfect for her special little guy, Jack, played by Christian DeStefano. However, it's the beginning of a movie, so of course something fucks up.
The Party Emporium people screwed up, and there's no clown coming. I thought you had a backup.
Who double books a clown?
Well, depending on how much you like clowns and what kind of party you're having. Thus, her husband, Kent, played by Andy Powers, realizes what he must do. Dig through the house he's cleaning up for his real estate operations for any clothes so that he might half-ass his way into clowndom and save the day. Which he proves terrible at. However, in the mirror he spies an old trunk, and this might just be his ticket out of bad fatherhood.
Let's get this party started, huh?
Dude! The mop wig was less freaky, and actually looked more like a clown. So Kent, portraying Dumbo the Clown, makes sure his son has the most awesome birthday party ever! Oh yeah, but his wife hasn't told him about her latest pregnancy yet. First things first, though.
I'm gonna go take a shower first.
Oh.
You take that thing off, I'll give you your present.
Some Axe body spray. That thing's been on him all day. He probably smells funny. But his present doesn't come tonight. He just conks out on the sofa and wakes up still decked out in full clown garb.
I think this wig is stuck.
Yeah, you shouldn't have slept in it, maybe. Hey, guess what? The clown is driving you to school today. Yeah.
Oh, God. What's going on? I think I'm in the beginning of a horror movie. That's nice, sweetie. Now get the fuck to work. That's pretty much his situation, as the 10 seconds he gets to himself only shows that for some reason the makeup isn't washing off. Oh well, like we said, the man's gotta get the fuck to work, so after dropping his kid off at school, it's right to his job in realty, and the contractor's fixing another place up.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. It's just tearing the carpet out on the first floor, then we'll talk about the hardwood. Who are you?
You see, you know when your friend kept telling you that his boss was a total clown? Well, once that gets squared away, it's off to work for the lot of them, while Kent works on getting the fucking suit off. Funny thing, makeup washes off easily with some off-the-shelf makeup remover. However, the rest of the suit isn't being nearly as forgiving. Things soon escalate to needing a razor. And a hell of a lot better hand-eye coordination. Or planning in general. Then again, he might have actually liked this. I mean, listen to this. Honestly, if you heard that shit coming out of a bathroom, what would you think? As that failed spectacularly, Kent ups the ante again with the use of power tools, which also fails to even make a dent in the clown suit. However, back home, dark forces are making dark music to dark scenes with dark connotations.
Oh, Dad, what are you doing?
Completely fucking up the dread that was building up there. Thanks for reminding us all we're watching a horror movie. This would be her father, Walt, played by Chuck Shimata. He's basically here to remind us all he exists, and will be semi-important later. Not yet, though. First, Ken has to come home to establish some deathly important issues he's having.
I broke a handsaw, I cut my wrist open, and I really I really, really have to pee.
I was wondering about that. I mean, it's been like 2 days since he put the thing on, and I doubt the clown suit involved a polka-dotted catheter bag. As he's having such a hard time getting out of the getup, he asks his wife for some assistance. They start simple, using dental equipment to remove the big red nose, which, much like Kent's been saying, is a hell of a lot harder than it should be.
Oh! 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 Ah! Oh! Oh!
Shadow, bad dog.
No. Dogs aren't supposed to eat their owners. That's what cats do. Removing the nose ended up ripping part of Kent's nose off along with it. Also, it looks like Meg's gonna have more than a little trouble with the wig because it looks like it's not even a wig, but Kent's actual hair. Thus, he ups his solution from kitchen dentistry to a doctor's office. Though that just means someone else is assuming he's dyeing his hair and gluing shit to his face.
What kind of makeup do you usually use?
I'm not a clown!
Well, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, did you just assume it's species? With all this non-help going around, it just leaves Kent with a hunger for the truth. And pretty much everything else in existence. But pay no attention to that. With the use of a little hair dye and some makeup that makes him look like he smeared peanut butter all over his face, he slips into his realty office in search of the files that might tell him who owned the house with the weird clown costume in it.
Sorry.
And his appetite for everything isn't the only hint that his health is being affected. Although as much as he sneezes, hacks, coughs, and pukes on people, it doesn't look like this is contagious. After finding out the previous owners foreclosed on the property because they were a little bit dead, he decides to check on the next best lead. A random-ass costume store that has no fucking idea what the hell he's going on about, or where his costume came from. But they do have a catalog.
That one.
Why is it people in movies never seem capable of taking notes? What if someone else needs something on that page? Strangely enough, this strategy actually bears fruit, as the name in the catalog bears the same initials on the box, and a quick phone call later lets us all know how badly he fucked up.
Don't touch that costume, please.
I'm wearing it.
Well, along with an overcoat, a beanie, and some Victoria's Secret, but the clown outfit's really the big problem we're having today. Hearing this, the man on the phone says the reason he's having trouble removing it is bullshit, bullshit fibers, bullshit, bullshit moisture, and bullshit. However, this gives Kent hope that the problems are all but solved now, and he heads down to the dark and creepy warehouse where the man is located. Or is he?
Jesus Christ. Oh.
I just wanted to remind you while you're watching a movie. God, I love scaring my visitors for no fucking reason. This introduces Carlson, played by Peter Stormare. Offering Kent some tea and cookies, he cuts to the chase. That not being the removal of the clown outfit, but the history of the clown. Or rather, the cloying of Icelandic legend.
It lured children out of the villages into its cave. 5 children. 1 child for every month of winter.
Couple things to note here. Number 1, the weird, evil Icelandic cloying demon legend thing. The only source I could find for that claim was this fucking movie. But aside from that, about the 5 months of winter, you know, winter lasts from the end of December to the end of March. That's 3 months, not 5. Before Kent can point out these glaring flaws, however, he's suddenly overtaken by that good shit that Mr. Carlson has slipped into the tea, waking to find himself strapped down and learning the only way Carlson knows to get the suit off is to destroy the demon with some good old-fashioned decapitation.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it looks like the cleaver cut right through the costume. It hardly seems fair, does it? Now that the tables have turned, Kent attacks Carlson, easily overpowering the old man, and ties him up in the back of his car. Now he's just got to go home and pick up his wife so they can go to the police station and have the madman arrested.
We have to go to the cops, but you have to come with me because they're gonna think I'm crazy if I'm dressed like a clown.
What the fuck?
What's a slightly harder idea to pitch when it turns out all your friends and family are over for an intervention to stop all of this funny business? His attempt to show them all he's not crazy doesn't go over so well when he kinda sorta breaks a friend's arm and escapes into the night like a lunatic. That's too bad because his fingers and toes growing exponentially probably would have been enough to convince them. And Carlson trying to choke the man to death doesn't bode well for the idea that he's just an innocent old man. Oh well, after wrecking the car there's little reason to stick around thrashing the wounded man about. He's still got a supreme hunger to feed, and there are 2 lovely kids right there. Okay, fuck that plan, just run off into the woods where you can't possibly be tempted to eat children. I mean, unless there just so happens to be a campsite nearby that routinely sends children out alone to poorly lit areas, might be slightly tempted in that situation. All Kent managed to get out of this is a little finger food anyway. At this point, he seems to be fighting between ignoring the desire to eat kids and constantly surrounding himself with kids who look oh so edible. No worries, he's not a monster yet, and figures the best way to avoid any social interaction is to just head to a motel to lay low for a while.
Are you a clown? My name's Robbie. What's your name?
Except like any good class of horror movie victims, the children in this movie are incredibly fucking stupid. Kid, the only clown-like thing about this man's appearance right now is pale skin. Do you frequent the terminal ward looking for laughs? Not today, Robbie. Played by Michael Rendo. Kent is far too caring to eat a child. Fingers maybe, but not the whole damn kid. Only one thing to do to stop this madness. I love the rainbow blood, personally. It's little details like that that make you think that they actually were capable of going the extra mile with this thing. Also, it must have been really interesting that day when they had to explain it to the gore effects specialists. Obviously, though, this did nothing to end a damn bit of suffering. Must have felt really weird, too. Either way, Carlson already established the only way to stop the demon is by cutting off the head, so Kent actually tries to set up a means to cut off his own head. Badly. And of course, the random broken flying piece of saw blade cuts right through the fucking kid, killing him in place. Why the fuck was he able to open the door? Where the hell are his parents? None of this matters. Point is, dead kid. That means Kent has the perfect opportunity to eat a whole damn kid without the moral dilemma of having to kill one first. Not eating Robbie at this point would be wasteful, after all. This means he still has some of his morals intact when Meg comes to find him there, alone and terrified. Going back home with her, he asks her to chain him up in the basement until maybe, just maybe, they find a way to get him out of the costume.
No matter what I say, you don't let me out. Promise me.
What exactly do you mean, no matter what? I mean, what if the suit just falls off and they get it away from you safely? Does she still gotta keep you chained down there in that case? Must be into some kinky shit. Meg's not going to take this lying down, though, and checking that weird book Kent brought home before, she finds that Carlson actually had worn the same costume in the past. However, when she interrogates him in the hospital, he refuses to talk. Maybe because his jaw is wired shut, but either way, this goes nowhere. Therefore, she has to go the found footage route, just to see how badass a clown suit used to look, before finding out this also doesn't provide the answers she's looking for. Wouldn't you know it, though, Jack gets bullied at school so bad he runs home early, meaning he finds his father in the basement, all alone, long before his mother gets home. Mommy! We're in a horror movie! Boo! Don't worry, Kent's still a moral murderous mummer. Having heard that his son was bullied at school, he went the extra mile, literally, to stalk said bully at his home, where we see him playing a movie version of not Halo, with lower-end graphics and even Halo 1 alpha builds. But the thing is, even with Kent out of the house for lunch, that doesn't mean his family's safe!
Shado, what happened to your phone?
Oh, for fuck's sake, lady, you're not even running and you still manage to trip and fall on your ass and hobble around on the floor. I know it's a horror movie, but you could just not be stupid for 1 second. It'd be okay. Don't worry, though. Carlson is here to save the day. Because, fuck it, this movie needs some character actually working towards solving the problems. And sort of. I mean, he knows how to get it off without cutting the man's head off, but something about actually going ahead and letting him eat the full 5 kids as per supernatural clown suit rules doesn't sound as good to him as just cutting the fucker's head off. Still, he's the best help Meg's got, so dropping Jack off at her father's place with next to no explanation outside of go somewhere and hide with him, they head out in search of Kent, who has already eaten the bully, so the tracks have gone cold.
Where could a clown go where he's not being seen?
College? They think Chuck E. Cheese, though I believe this would make more sense if Kent had metamorphosized into an ROUS, but never mind that. In any case, it does seem to have the effect where Meg, going in alone, can't find Kent anywhere, no matter how right under her nose he is. Still, the man's huge, has a bloody nose, and looks fucking horrifying. The only thing remotely clown-like about him is his pale skin. You think she could just walk up to someone and say, "Hey, have you seen any monsters lately?" And they'd be like, "Oh yeah, there's one hiding in the ball pit." As the ball pit kid is well fucking dead, we see another searching for his lost brother, sneaking around in the tubes, leaving me thinking of the scene as a colorful version of the air ducts from Alien, only with some more psychological horror elements.
Don't go up there.
You see, ghost girls are kind of creepy in horror movies, but I'm not so sure the same can be said about regular girls. I mean, that just sounded like good advice. But these characters are morons, so screw it, can't tell him what to do, he's going to go up there. Up there leading to an area covered in blood, but fuck it, probably just pizza sauce. He's gotta find his brother.
There you are.
Okay, is it the Psycho Clown? Because if there was that horrifying monster dragging my ass through the colorful tubes and blood by my ankles, I'd be screaming like a little bitch. Yeah, it is, but don't worry, Greg, your brother is here to save you! By sacrificing himself to the ferocious fool, and actually screaming when he dies, which results in the whole place winding up in a panic after they realize that children have been getting killed!
What happened? There's a maniac dressed as a clown loose in there! Get your kids!
Though, at this point, didn't he already get the 5 kids he needs? I mean, the camper, he only got the fingers, so that doesn't count. But then there was Robbie, and there was the bully, and then there was whoever the hell left all those bloodstains in the maintenance room, the ball pit kid, whoever the hell left all those bloodstains in the tubes, and then Greg's brother. Shit, that's 6 so far. But it's only 4 on screen, so the others don't count. It's still gonna take 5 kids to satisfy the demon and remove the curse. That's the clown's story, and he's sticking to it.
Bring me one more child, and you can have your husband back.
One more child. Jumbo tub of popcorn, some cotton candy, and a Diet Coke. He tells her to bring the kid to their special place, which is kind of confusing as they never specified it before. But if she doesn't comply, fuck it, he'll just eat Jack instead. Thus, when she goes out and lo and behold, a teen girl practically throws herself at Meg to be driven home, they take a short drive up to said special place. Which I still don't know what the fuck it is because it's the middle of the night and everything's just black as far as you can see.
This isn't my house.
You probably could have figured that out before you left the car. Unless your house also has no fucking lights and is honestly very difficult to tell the difference. Meg doesn't just get the fuck out of there, though, instead sticking around to hear the girl panic as someone comes closer, even going so far as to say fuck it and try to pull her back. But this turns out to be fucking pointless, as the sounds they heard were of the police approaching, meaning the clown was never there to begin with.
Jack.
It's kind of a shit ultimatum there. Find me a child or I shall eat your child! Nah, fuck it, I'm gonna eat him anyway. All of this was made possible thanks to her father being a complete fucking moron, not listening to her, and instead bringing their oh-so-edible kitty right the fuck back home, where this genocidal jester can easily find him. Thus, it's the final climactic showdown as Meg slowly sneaks around looking for the clown slowly sneaks around looking for Jack, and Jack just generally fucks up sneaking around, getting himself easily cornered, and giving the demon plenty of chances to fucking eat him. But it's okay, now that Kent's chained up, there's no reason to worry anymore. Get the girl back, he's gonna fucking eat her like he promised. Or just decapitate him. It kinda makes even bothering with the 5 kids subplot pretty pointless, but sure. Anyhow, happy ending! The mother and son are alive, and have to take at least one more opportunity to remind us all we've been watching a horror movie. Anyhow, after they're done really decapitating for real the real estate agent, he dies, and the clown persona melts away, revealing Kent was in there all along! As we knew, but yeah, fuck it, the suit is finally off the man's body and has gone into an evidence locker, far, far away from prying hands. Or is it? Dun dun dun! Anyway, that was Clown. It's a horror movie, which is an improvement over the fake trailer it used to be, but not by as much as you might think. While the premise was interesting and the presentation very good, there are several things that hold it back from being as big as it could have been. Interestingly, one thing that it said studios were not happy with was the child-killing aspect of the story. Seems that's still a no-no in many circles in Hollywood, because it's, just too disturbing! Which is exactly what you want in a horror movie, so I don't really see the issue with that. My only problem is how the movie seemed to lose count when it came to how many had died. Unless kids just run around bleeding on things a lot. I don't know, I haven't been a kid for a while. The thing that bothered me, though, is how much of the movie relied on cheap jump scares. It didn't have to. It was doing a good job building dread, but it's like someone felt that there wasn't an overt scare at least once every 10 minutes, people wouldn't think it's scary. I don't know if that would be the case in this situation, but I do know I think the jump scares are lazy as fuck. Overall, though, Clown does a decent job with a very simple idea. It can feel very unbalanced, as the setup for the suit ending up on Kent is over in the first 5 minutes, which doesn't help us in getting to know what kind of guy he is outside of the suit, but the biggest flaw is the movie just doesn't live up to the potential that you can just feel it has. It's not bad, but it's far from great. Coming in at 3 or so children maybe if we got that right out of the months of winter, which we swear is 5. Screw it, it's not like they were setting up the guy as the math killer or anything like that. Thank you all for watching, I've been Dr. Shado, and remember, Chuck E. Cheese is where a kid can be breakfast, lunch, and dinner!
What the fuck?